Hello, everyone. Will from Mosplit here, and I have a conversation coming up with one of the most talented young athletes in the state of Texas, Miss Taylen Wise from San Antonio, Reagan. How are you doing this morning, Taylen?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good. Did I catch you after a workout? Have you already had practice or something today?
No, I have practice around 3 today, so you
Okay,
didn't
all right,
catch me.
cool. So I got you at the top of the morning,
Yeah.
energy, ready to rock and rolling, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool, cool. And I'm doing this thing where I'm going around, not literally around the state, but talking to people on Zoom, some of the top athletes or upcoming athletes about the upcoming state meet. And
Hmm.
you just happen to be one that I have my eye on as the season matriculated, and you just started getting better and better and better.
Uh-huh.
How has this 2021 season been going for you um, over there at San Antonio, Reagan?
It's been really fun. We've just been having a lot of fun as a team and just like not taking any moments for granted because of what happened last year. So we're just like taking every meet like it could potentially be our last.
Yeah, I think that's pretty on point. I mean, you all have been throwing out fire week after week after week. It's like, okay, they're going to chill out for a little while, but no, y'all, you keep coming with the flames. But in particular to you, you've been your progression arrow has been going up and up and up. Uh, First, I want to talk about the 300 hurdles. Talk about how you've been able to drop time, and that just becoming you becoming one of the premier athletes in the state in the 300 hurdles.
I'm gonna be real honest. Like it's my first year doing it, so it's like I'm just trying to work on the technique of it right now. The speed will come because I'm already fast because I'm in the 4x1, so I already have speed from that. So I was lucky enough to be gifted with endurance too. So it's like right now I'm just working on form because that's the biggest part of what I'm missing in the hurdles is my form.
Okay, so who was Albert Einstein and said we're going to put you in the hurdles and see how it goes?
Well, Coach McHugh, we were gonna do it my sophomore year, but they needed me in relays, so we didn't do it at the time.
Okay,
So
so
it's
Coach McHugh was like, "Hey, we're going to put you in this, and I think you're going to be pretty good." And you just like a ball rolling down the field, down the hill, just taking off.
yeah.
Okay, and so what does that tell you? I know you talked about the fun that you all having in San Antonio, Reagan, just from the experiences I've had seeing you all at meet. It's like a family reunion at a track meet with 1,000 Reagan kids there. But what is the what is your confidence in a coach and a staff like that, knowing that they put you in something that you know absolutely nothing about, and here you are going to the state meet as one of the top girls.
I mean, it's all about trusting the process and just trusting my coach because obviously she didn't do it for just to do it. She did it for a reason because we were talking about trying to find another event that could potentially help me pay for college, and that was one that she came up with. And I was like, okay, I was like, I'm willing to try anything at this point because I had nothing to lose and nothing to like prove, so I was like, I might as well just try another event and see how it goes.
Right, and I say, like I said, she must be in that Albert Einstein's family coming up with that one. Um,
Yeah.
but your freshman year, 2019, you went to state in the long jump.
Yeah.
And then you had the Reagan other Reagan girls with you. So going to state may not be that big of a shocker for you because you have that experience.
Mhm.
How much of that freshman year are you going to call on that next weekend to kind of keep you cool, calm, and ready to have the best performance?
Freshman year, I was like super nervous because like it was my first year in track, so I had no idea what was going on. And then like it's just like little things I missed. Like I didn't know at the state track meet when they call your name, you're supposed to like wave. I was just like I was like looking at every all the other girls, and I was like, okay. So yeah, just like I guess for me, it's not be as nervous. Like I understand it is the state track meet; it's a huge deal. But like I guess just remaining calm and just remember the person next to you just has as much pressure as you do. So I mean, just staying calm and being smooth and relaxed.
Okay, so you're the starry-eyed freshman. So you know now when they call your
Yeah.
name. Are you planning anything special for that?
No, just a nice little like, hey.
Gotcha, gotcha. I'm going to be looking at that specifically to see how you handle that situation. Um, so, I mean, and that was the long jump.
Yeah.
You got I want to say 18:10 sometime this season,
Hmm.
but you didn't qualify for state in the long jump this year, unfortunately. But like you said, you're going 4x1 to 300 hurdles and the triple jump. So where did the triple jump come in amidst all of this?
Triple jump was like the day one of the meet, and it was the first event I did of the regional track meet, and it was just like it was a pretty interesting competition because it was just raining like the whole time. So it was like a lot of girls that could have qualified out didn't because they were just like they didn't know how to like handle like the pressure of the rain and it being gross outside, and a lot of them were like, I don't want to jump in this, and I was like, guys, we're getting an opportunity to compete this year, like we didn't get this last year. So I was just like really happy to even be at a regional track meet. So that's how I was just thinking of it when I was triple jumping.
Yeah, man. You have, I don't know, I've been hearing this from a lot of athletes. Their outlook is completely different after last year. Uh, so, I mean, but last year, well, freshman year was your first time competing in track. And
Mm-hmm.
you're, like I said, you're at the state meet as a freshman in long jump. You got into the 38s as a freshman in the triple jump. Um, how versatile of an athlete do you see? Like, are you kind of understanding track now? I know it's just your third year, missing half last year, but are you understanding the sport now and about jumping and running and hurdling and kind of uh, potential future you could really have?
Yeah, I'm understanding. I try not to like think about it too much because then it's like, oh my God, like, oh, this is like crazy. So I try to like I don't think, like, personally, I don't think about what I did at a track meet until the whole track meet's over. So I take everything individually when I go home and I sit down and talk to coach about it. Well, I thought this went well. This didn't go so well. This didn't work out here. So I just try to take it one meet at a time because it's like every meet I've never had a perfect track meet. Even if I did win everything, like there's always a little thing that I could have fixed to make that jump better or that hurdle better or that exchange better. Like there's just little things that I focus on for each event, and I try not to just think about everything as a whole until after the whole thing is over.
Well, and I love your perspective because what you're telling me, I feel like I'm talking to a young lady getting out of college or professional athlete preparing for Olympic trials or something like that. I mean, you have like this mind and perspective for, I'm gonna say, your second real full year of competing in track and field. Is that just coming from the kind of girls that you have on the team, like Jasmine and the coaching staff who done this for a long time?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's mostly from the girls, and it's just mostly like my personality. Like I don't like entering things with a big head. Like I understand that I'm good, but it's like there's always someone out there better. Like there's always other girls on my team to humble me if I feel like I'm this. When I'm really, it's like I can't be where I am without the people that have put me there. Like my team has helped put me and make me want to be as good as I am because they're always so supportive and they're always cheering, and we're always like you said, it's a family reunion. Like we're always so excited to be there with each other. So it makes me want to do better, not if not for myself, for them, and for everyone else that supported me.
Yeah, and you're talking about that family atmosphere that you have, and trust me, anybody at a track meet can see that. But the hurdles specifically, I don't know, Reagan. What is it? Do they just throw a lot of people in hurdles to see if you can do it? Because y'all always have a lot of hurdlers, and I've seen race after race this year, and there's at least three girls in the finals at a race with Reagan girls. Um, how fun is that knowing that you can warm up with girls? You're not by yourself usually, except maybe this upcoming weekend. But what is that like having a group of girls that you're warming up with? Is it like a relay almost for the hurdles?
It really is. And like we're just so talkative people. Like sometimes we'll even warm up with other people we're competing against if they don't have heard. I'm like, oh, come here. I'm like, come share with us. Like, because I feel bad. Like if you're trying to get what you're trying to do, I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. Why not just do it together? Like if I see one of the girls at a track meet and like she's the only hurdler they have, I'm like, you can come warm up with us so you don't have to go fight someone else for hurdles. Like you can just share with us.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hey, you may make some new friends from the San Antonio area if they're alone this weekend. Like, hey, come on over here, San Antonio. We'll fight
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
So, with that, how is recruiting starting to form for you? With this being your junior year, or how is that going for you right now? Are you just focused on state?
It's going for me. I just like I'm new to it, so it's like a struggle because I really don't know how to like handle any of it because it's like it was just different because like I just don't know how to explain it. Like it's just different for me, so I really don't know what to do. So I have to like ask a lot of people for help. So it's been hard for me to try to manage it and manage school and manage other out school activities I have and track with trying to like manage my recruiting stuff. Like I really have to thank my mom for that because she's been like really good, and Coach McHugh. I have to thank them a lot for that because it's hard, especially when someone doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to that type of stuff and like how to respond. Like they've been so helpful.
Yeah, well, I think maybe Coach McHugh already knew it was coming. That's what she put you in there. And hey,
Yeah.
mom wants to get a lot of college paid for without her having to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm sure she's got open hands when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But so through all the meets that you've gone to this year, like I said, last year was really cut really short. What has been your favorite meet so far this season, and why?
Can I say all of them? I'm just kidding. I like districts. Dripping Springs was really funny. I don't know why. It was just like we were all like having so much fun at Dripping Springs because I think we were just happy like it was our first meet of the year because we like missed 2 or 3 because of the weather or something and
Yeah,
like the snow. So we missed like a couple of meets because of that. But like it was just so fun to have everyone together for that one. And Districts was fun because it was our first like real intense track meet. Like it was the big one. Like if you don't get out of districts, then you can't go. Like that was our mentality. Like we were just like just get out of districts, and that's what we were thinking about. And it was just fun to be with the girls and that type. I think, and we finally got to be with JV because we can't be with JV this whole most of this year because of Corona. So it was nice to be with our JV athletes, which just made the energy like go through the roof. So it was just really exciting.
wow, I think that's really cool. And then the fact that you were wanting to say the entire like every meet, and it just kind of shows the appreciation that you have being able to compete again. So
Mhm.
then you talked about the is do it now or never at district, and then you had that again at area and regionals. What is the mindset now at state? Now, I mean, this is it. This is what those last couple weeks have been for, and the entire
Mhm.
season leading up to. Where's your mind right now attacking these next 3 events for you?
I mean, I'm just excited because I do 4 events. It was nice to make it in 3 of them. So it's just I was excited. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the competition, and it's like I just don't want to what happened to me freshman year happen this year. So I just got to keep a level head and just remember like it's another track meet. Like we can't go in thinking of it as state or nationals, or we're gonna like start freaking out. We just got to go in and think of it. You've done this all season. It's just another meet with just more high caliber athletes. That's how I think of it. Like it's just another great opportunity. It's just another meet to put underneath your belt to prepare you for the next step in life because this is all of this is going to help me in life in general.
Right, right. You're absolutely right. But you talked about you can't go into it like you did your freshman year. You all were I guess kind of have been can I say this? The big or best team in Region 4, one
Hmm.
of the best at the state meet.
Hmm.
A lot of people in the state are thinking San Antonio Reagan is the best team in the state. They're the ones we have to score points to top.
Hmm.
Is the mindset different this year now, or are y'all going in that maybe we're not hunting this, or we might be able to sneak in that people are looking at us that way?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of things have shifted this year, especially like who's gonna win the state meet. Like, oh, there's some competition. I feel like that's shifted a lot this year. So it's like for me, it's just like I'm thinking about just scoring as much points as I can. Because it's not going to be like districts where I can go and win all 3. Like no, it's going to be like it's just like I'm just trying to get as many points as I can to help us win the state track meet if we are able to do that under the conditions at the meet. Like just work well and within the competition to score points.
Cool, cool. So just wanting to know you some more. Out of the uniforms that you all have, because you have a white jersey and a green jersey,
Hmm.
and I'm trying to remember what you all had at Dripping Springs. My memory is horrible. I think I like the guys' uniform that I have.
Yeah.
What uniform combination do you like the most uh, for that you guys have at Reagan?
We have a lot actually that I'm thinking about it. Um, I like walking in the all black, which is like the black sweatshirt and then like the black sweats over the leggings. I like walking in, but it's like depends on what event I'm doing and the weather. Like when I jump, I like doing leggings and the green top because I feel like sometimes when I jump, like I can't move my arms if I have the long sleeve white. For some reason, like I feel like I can't extend and like get the arm going real slow because I feel like it's too much on my shoulder. But then when I hurdle, I like wearing the white because I just feel I don't know I feel cool in the white. So I like wearing that one when I hurdle and when I like do relays and stuff. But weirdly enough, no one really likes the white. I feel like I'm
Really?
the only yeah I'm like the only person that wears it. Like
Man, white is like classic, especially when it's warm and stuff. So
yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on you guys to see what you all are wearing. Do
Yeah.
you ever change like per? Well, with what you just said, because you like this when you jump and this when you hurdle. Do you change multiple sets at a meet?
Yeah, it depends if I have time because like some meets are closer than others. Like Dripping Springs, I had a lot of time to just like play around with uniforms. Districts, I did too because it was like 2 days. Because I think day one I wore the green the whole time, and then leggings, green and leggings, and then like the finals day for district, I wore the white and hurdles, but I wore the green and relays because you have to match. So it's like I
Mm-hmm.
guess it depends on the athlete. It's because also because like my legs don't get cold, but my arms get cold, so that's why I wear the white, which is weird. But it's just like sometimes I'll be warming up and I'll be like, I'm so cold. And then I put on the hoodie and I'm like, I'm good. But then I get hot. So I take off my pants and it's like perfect. So I guess it
Yeah,
just depends on the athlete.
it is a little weird, but it is what it is. Um,
Yeah.
so what was I going to ask you? Because you seem like you're into, I don't want to necessarily say fashion, but fashionable things. You know, I'm looking at your fingernails and stuff. Um, if you could, based on what you know about uniforms, if you could get a designer uniform for Reagan, like how would you, well, what would you come up with? Because you
Snake
are the
skin.
rattlers and stuff like that. So
Snake skin, snake skin, snake skin, snake
really,
skin. Yes, I feel like that would look dope with like snakes, like a whole snake skin. Like that would look cool, and like the green Reagan R in the middle. Like ooh, that would
like,
look cool.
so I mean, so what do you got to do? Do you talk to Coach McCube like, hey, what's the budget? Let me show you something, or do you go to the computer and try to make up something and kind of shoot it to her on the sneak and say, hey, this looks good?
Yeah, I'm funny enough. Me and Jasmine were talking about this like last year. We're like if we get enough people to go to state like one of these years, like before she graduates, because obviously she graduates this year. I'm like, can we get like a snake skin stuff for state? So we just got to keep pushing it in her ear. Maybe she'll do it. If she doesn't do it for the next class.
So what if Coach McHugh just didn't let y'all know, and she has something in surprise for you guys next week?
I would cry. I'm not even kidding. I would literally cry. So I'd be so excited. I'm like, I'm at state, and then we get this cool new uniform. Like I would be living my best life.
Okay, well I don't know. I was just a scenario, so I don't want to get hoped up too high. Um, so like, do you have any? Because you're a jumper and a hurler, and then you're on the relay with three other girls. Do you have any personal superstitions or rituals for that you do for a race or warming up, or does a relay do something specific, especially with the streak you guys are on? Do you have anything like just crazy that you do that you have to have or do?
Oh, okay, yeah. I have like I feel like we all like we literally. I don't think we ever had a meet where we didn't pray before the relay. Like we always have to pray, and then obviously we always have to get a couple of like touches like before we run. Like if we don't, then like something crazy happens. It's always between me and the third leg. If something happens in the relay, it's always me and third leg. So it's like we're us two are pretty like superstitious, and we're the youngest ones too. So it might be that too, because we're like yeah they're seniors and we're juniors. So we just try to like love on each other and we understand like hey it's gonna be hard sometimes like we can do this though because both of us like we also do field events too so sometimes we feel like we get to like regionals like we get to day two and we're like oh my goodness like I looked at her and I was like are you good because I'm not good right now she's like I'll feel good so we started warming up and we're like oh, okay because we felt like really sore and tired and I was like bruh. We looked at each other and we were like I was like, I don't know. So yeah, that I guess we're just praying and then just like being next to Alyssa when I warm up is like a part of the ritual. I don't think I've ever warmed up for relay and not stood next to Alyssa. It just feels weird.
Really? So you and Lisa Quinones mix and have this sisterly bond or
Yeah.
kind of okay, interesting. This field event sister thing going.
Yeah. Cause it's like we can't really talk to them about it because they don't really know what we're trying to like explain. Cause it's like there's a difference between a sprinter and a jumper. Like it's just a whole different like it's like a whole different universe in a sense. Like it's just different mentalities and different like just resiliency too from being like a sprinter and then a field of an athlete. So we just stick together because we have more stuff to talk about in that sense too.
Okay, so you got this Alyssa Taylen click going on here.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's like we're all clicky, so it doesn't even matter.
Girls. I mean, hey, whatever the four of you all have going, it's
Yeah,
working. So
yeah,
do not change it at all. So like I said, family reunion esque to me when I've seen Reagan at a meet. But what are some of the team bonding things that you all have done, or especially coming off of COVID and like say JV varsity is kind of separate a lot throughout the state, but if there's any team bonding or just what do you all do that just kind of seems that strengthens your team?
I mean, I guess it's just during practices because like we can't really like do much because I think we did like one team dinner in the beginning of the year. Yeah, so it's like we haven't been able to do much. And that was at my house. That was really funny actually. That was real fun. We played Jenga, like giant Jenga. It was really fun. Um, but there's not much you can do. So I guess like me being one of the people that's in like multiple little pods of like training groups. So it's been nice for me to be able to like have relationships with the hurdlers, the 300 hurdlers, the 100 hurdlers, the triple jumpers, the long jumpers, the relay and the sprinters. Like it's just been nice to like been able to float and like get to talk to them because it's hard because like in the beginning of the year you had to have your training pods and like sometimes we were talking like I might have to train by myself like for some time in the beginning of the year before like the things started getting less and less strict because like if I get COVID, I can give it to the whole team because I'm with like so many different training groups. So we had to like it was hard for me at the beginning because I was like it's hard not being with like floating through different groups. So I had to like sometimes train like by myself. So I didn't like if I got sick, I couldn't give it to the whole team. So
Right.
it's just like I guess dealing with that. But it's like we're all so close. Like it's like you would think I've known these girls since like I was like two. Because like how much we like talk. And like we warm up for meets and stuff and Coach McHugh was like, I can't be down here. Like sometimes she has to come down and tell us, hey, stop talking, like warm up. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, you have literally 30 minutes. She's just like this. She was like, I think it was the Hayes meet because they didn't have Texas relays, so we went to Hayes and just ran relays. And she's like, I've never been like on the field, like standing next to y'all when y'all warm up for relays. And she's like, y'all talk so much. And I was like, yeah, we always have something to talk about.
Wow, it seems like you all are just a crazy tight knit group, which is awesome. It's going to be fun to watch next week.
Yeah.
Um, are you looking, or because you're like right now in so many like pods, you said, what are you looking for in a school? Are you looking for the team atmosphere? Are you looking for certain things academically, or certain coaches that you like, or as a recruiting process is building, what things are you looking for that you can share in a university?
I'm looking for yes, the team aspect is 100%. Like that's probably the biggest thing because it's like that's like that's like I feel like that's like the only like environment I can thrive in. Like I need to be like being able to do like fun stuff. Like I just need that because it's like if those people give me joy and like make me smile and stuff, I give it right back to them like times 10. And it makes me jump further, run faster because I have that like, okay, this is not about me. It's not just about me. It's about them too. And it's about representing this program well like that. And then academically, yes, like I'm like I would like to do social work, so I guess anything having to do with that field, like psychology and like criminal justice, just things around the area. Because I don't know if I want to do social work or if I want to do like forensics and like as my profession. So it's just like trying to figure out that type of stuff too. Because I just want to be able to help people when I get older and like when track is still part of my life, but it's like I can no longer run. Like I want to be able to still help people and like bring a smile to their face and just like help solve crimes, like just stuff like that that would make me happy. Like that genuinely makes me happy.
Cool, cool. You sound like an amazing young lady for real. Um, so, like we said, it's no secret. Last year was cut off from us. This year, season has been building and getting better as far as what we could do as a team and stuff like that. Next week is it for the team season, school season.
Mhm.
Um, what would it be? What would it feel like, or what would it mean to you? Or what are you going to look back on the year at the end of the meet, whether you all win every event and score 1,000 points and win state meet,
Mhm.
or whether the worst happens, or whether it just rains all weekend and it's a horrible experience? What will you look and reflect back on the season, and how would you look at it?
I would just, even if we go out and stay and like bomb it or crush it, like I'm just gonna be thankful that I got to spend time with Maddie and Jazzy and all the seniors that are leaving, because those were the seniors that I came in with. Like they were, I mean, they were sophomores when I came in, and I was a freshman, so I already had a close bond with them because we were young, And like most of the kids in my class, we had like 8 kids on varsity, which was like unusual because it was like 8 freshmen on varsity. So it's just like us, like me and Alyssa and like the other freshmen that were on varsity, we just grown up around the older girls. So it's just gonna be weird for us to be the oldest. And like I'm really gonna miss Jazzy and Mad because like me and Jasmine, like we became like super tight literally after the first meet. Like we just like there's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't talk to Jasmine or I don't go to her house or like we don't go to dinner. Like literally after regionals we went to dinner because we were both tired, but we still said let's go get some food. So we went to dinner and we just talked and talked about like a lot of stuff. We talked about Oregon. She talked about, and then I talked about like colleges I was talking to or that were interested in me. And she just gets so excited for me because she's just like she's quite literally my sister. Like she's literally my older sister. Like I spend so much time with her. Like I really love her. And Maddie's the same way. Like Maddie's been so supportive. Maddie's a little quiet, but she's a dangerous quiet. Like she's a smooth criminal. That's what I call Maddie because it's like you say her name and she's like I'm here. I'm ready. What like how can I help you? Like I'm really gonna miss them. So I'm just gonna be reflecting on obviously how I performed this season and just like the time I had with them because that's like very valuable because they're both going to different colleges and who knows what college I'll go to. So it's just like I won't. It's like I feel like it's the fact that I won't get to see them that much next year that's gonna be like so devastating to me that I have to just like think about all the good moments we've had at the end of the season.